From just outside and just inside the perimeter of Atlanta, Georgia, where we seemed eager but got beat by a teenager.
Oh,
Wow.
not a teenager.
Let me get out my lie detector. Anything
Like
detected there?
3 teenagers.
Yeah, a couple teenagers. If you haven't figured it out by now.
You make it sound so much worse than it actually, it's as bad as it sounds.
So much.
Jen, we got beat by RSLB squad. Okay.
So much worse than it actually sounds. That is this pod. We are the Five Takes Podcast, and we are back.
We're back, baby.
Like sore vocal cords. Apologies if Amy sounds a bit strained. She was busy yelling at Muyamba. So she has no voice tonight, but she is still here. I'm here, Kat is here, and Jennifer's here. We got the gang all here. Jennifer's back from Costa Rica. She made it back. In standard def this time, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. We got her.
She was in non-existent definition the last
time. That's right. No HD. No
I was just a figment of y'all's imagination last time.
Exactly.
So I feel like
and we apologize again for excluding you from the ice talk.
She was in 020p.
020p. Oh, God.
I didn't realize the P could go negative.
Well,
if you have never listened to this pod before, welcome, and you will notice a trend with us. The worse the team is, the worse the match was, the performance isn't good, the longer the bullshit banter intro is that we
the funnier we get, I think.
We're going to be hilarious this season.
You know what, though? There's nothing left to do but laugh.
It's true.
Oh, no, because if we don't laugh, we cry.
It's true.
And we leave that to Glenn.
It's
so
true.
we have to make sure that somebody is laughing.
Pod. Let it be known.
I also would like to take the opportunity, since we need to fill a whole bunch of time, since we don't really need to rehash just how dire things are and whatnot.
We will hash, though. There are things.
We are going to actually hash that out because that's the whole point of the episode. But it is today International Women's Day. So I want to give a fabulous shout out to my fantastic lady co-hosts of the only female voice dominated podcast in the Atlanta United fan sphere.
Yes, ma'am.
Glenn, how does it feel to be dominated by women?
That's fine with me. I don't know if he knows about me. That's my particular flavor. I
think that's the way he prefers it, I would think.
Yeah, probably. Unless you're Tito. Then, all bets off. Whatever. I'm game.
Oh, yeah. We made that abundantly clear. We make that clear to anyone who will hear that Tito will turn heads in any direction, from any direction.
Yep. Still. Always. Legend.
Still
to this day. Oh my gosh.
Also Giroux. You're forgetting about Giroux.
Oh yeah, meaty
forehead.
Oh yeah, all day.
So I figured out.
That goes without saying.
I think I figured out with this match.
Yes.
What we're missing, guys.
Okay.
And I just want to say thanks to the social media team of Atlanta United for giving me this little gem of an idea.
I know where you're going with this.
So I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to some of the things the team has been dropping of late. And look, kudos to them for really trying. Okay, you are trying hard to hype this up.
That's all you want.
Going to many unique and different places that I can't say I've seen before. So there was a little drop of about a 13-second. I'm going to call a little earworm from the team.
Earworm is a really good word for that.
Right? That was a guy and some flashing images. Please go check this out after this pod. It is worth it. And I'm not going to do a good service to it. And so the guy is like, who, what, why, where, who, what, when, where, why. And it's just like, who, what, when, where. They say all these and it's what. Okay, so thank you, Atlanta United. You have solved the problem for me. Okay, next time you drip, we just need to remember the how. How to play soccer, how to put the ball in the net, how to win games.
Well,
you got the who, you got the what, you got the when, you got the where. We just need the how, guys. Can we just drop the how in there?
That's asking for a lot.
Okay, well, you asked me to solve it. I've solved it. All right, there you go.
Yeah, I think we need to start doing like the what was that, the Mark Wahlberg movie, The Invincible, where it said like the premise was like and this actually happened, was like the Eagles held open tryouts. They just to anyone and everyone who wants to come and try out. They were like, we're so fucking terrible. We might as well just let anybody come and try out, because you never know. A hero could emerge from anywhere. So
the sad thing is that we actually did look better this game. It's just still,
it's still just mediocre compared to anyone else. Apparently,
that was better against an RSL lineup down 7 starters, 7,
including Diego Luna, who would have eaten our lunch.
I didn't even know because RSL isn't in our division. I didn't even really I can't tell you every single player that's on every single team. And to be honest with you, I didn't realize they were missing that many people. I knew they looked a little shaky. Obviously, we were able to put 2 past them that were decent goals.
Kat, did we watch the same match? They had us pinned in our own end the entire freaking
match.
No,
what I'm saying is that we did put 2 goals past them, so it's something, either they lapsed or we did better. Like I said, that's what we're fucking discussing here. But at the same time, it's like they clearly were a little bit shaky, but they were still. That's what I'm saying. It's like the bar. It's I got to be honest, it's kind of like the Premier League this season, because a lot of people are saying, is Arsenal really that good, or is that the rest of the field is just so sub freaking par that it makes Arsenal get better?
I know who's subpar. I know who's subpar.
I do too. I do, my darling, and I'm so sorry for your loss. That it hasn't even happened yet, but
I'm going to be going on trips to Lincoln.
Yeah,
next
no, Amy's looking at us like, "What are you talking about?" I'm talking about Tottenham Hotspur probably getting relegated. But anyway,
okay, so we're going back.
But the point is that if we had relegation, Atlanta would be at this point with what we look at or look like, we would be fighting a relegation battle right now.
We would have already been in USL Championship based on last year.
Yeah.
Okay. I do want to calm down just a little bit, because we are in game 3.
Why would we do that?
Okay, we're in game 3.
Fun to be angry.
I get it. But I do want to say, I understand that we don't see RSL a lot, but as somebody who does watch a decent amount of RSL play, because I have a good friend that is an RSL fan, I hear about them. They're a quality team, and they consistently are a quality team, and they do so much more than the resources they are given. They are scrappy. Pablo Mastrioni is an excellent coach. They always have a next man up mentality. It doesn't matter what age you are. They're up. They have one of the best academies. They are good at scouting guys that are a good fit for them. They are good at scouting guys that are a good fit for them. And, seriously, the contrast could not be any starker, because you've got, on the one hand, RSL, who's 9 times out of 10 isn't even carrying a DP. If they are, they're carrying 1, certainly not 3. You're talking about a team that has, low investment, etc., but punching above their weight. And, they take a look and they keep on ticking. Like, seriously, last season, they were injury ridden and they still made the playoffs. They beat Seattle last week. They beat us.
They beat Seattle at home 15 years running now.
And when you compare that with what we spend and what we have, and you look and you see we get touched and we crumple. It's very.
I literally said that in the stands last night. That behold the $50 million offense.
Yeah.
Jeez,
which looked better, but it's. I still don't know where all the goals are coming from, and it can't just be Alexi, y'all. Look, it was Alexi. He continues to prove the rhetoric right, that he is the best DP, but still not enough.
Raise my hand to that one. You know what?
But it's funny though, because he's patchy too. Because if you looked at what Glenn, you weren't privy to last night because you requested not to be, with us
I was working the Hawks game. I wasn't there.
It was stark. I was like, well, hey, this is literally how I went with Alexi. I was like, well, hey, Alexi did something. And then I went, oh, never mind. He's still fucking terrible, because he did 3 or 4 really awful things. And then he scored again. And I was like, well,
yeah,
maybe he's not so terrible. It's like the roller coaster of bullcrap, and I don't want to do that all the time. And look, your new seats, I'm going to say, are it's a little quiet up there. Okay. And I said this to Lily. What I said was, I could watch a really awful match from my couch. Okay. Now, what I mean by that was that I was sitting. Now, I want to clarify something, and I tried to clarify this to someone else who had no idea what I was talking about. I don't stand when I'm lower simply because I need to see. I stand because I stand in support of my team, and I will stand for the full 90, as we all do. Yes. So here's the thing. I was sitting up top, not because I needed to, because I could see, but because I had a higher vantage point. I was sitting because there wasn't anything to stand up for. And that, I don't know if I've ever done that before. And I was lounging. There was no one sitting in front of us in the row in front of us. And I was able to put my feet over the, much to, probably Lily's chagrin. I was able to put my feet over the chair of the one in front of me and quite literally sit back with my hands on my chest and just... And when there was something to say, I was stand up and I'm like screaming, and the poor people around me who probably aren't used to hearing that kind of stuff. And I wasn't cursing. I'm just saying the amount of times that I was pleading with Latte and I'm like, as they're attacking the supporter section, I'm literally using my hand. I'm pleading with him to make a run with my hands, and I'm screaming at this, and no one else around me. Anyway, I saw at one point, I saw the woman in front of me. I think she put her finger up to her ear because she was tired of hearing me yell.
Amy, how did this make you feel? Are you feeling ways about this? Did a certain thing come to mind? Did it trigger you in any way?
You know what's really funny is that after the match, there was a particular song that was playing in my head.
Oh,
are we getting to the song of the match day? Are we doing that now? We can do it.
That
now.
was a super subtle segue.
Yeah, we
can
do it now. Go for it. So this
assumed.
is our newer segment. We've tried a few things over the years that haven't quite stuck, but we're really liking this one. Amy has chosen a song, and I also like that we've had some listeners and viewers out there that are starting to submit their own songs that kind of encapsulate the match. And it's kind of funnier when we're losing because you can be snarkier with it, and snark is our love language.
Love songs.
So Amy here has the song of the match day that is going to encapsulate this match perfectly. None of us know what this song is. So Amy, take it away.
So when I first left the match, I was like thinking about this one song over and over in my head. But today when I woke up, I thought, I like it, but it's a little darker. Like I've said, we can find some things to be hopeful, etc. And then ironically, the song that I've chosen is by the same artist, but a different one from the original.
All right.
So I'm just going to read the lyrics and you guys tell me. I think everybody will know this song.
All right.
Okay, wait. You said it was darker, right? Are we talking broody here? So should I go like alternative rocker? Like,
did you go down a Gerard Way hole?
No. My original was much darker than what I've settled on. I've settled on something that I think.
I honestly can't wait to see what your idea of dark wave is.
It's not dark. That's what I'm telling you. I think it's.
Well, go for it. Come on.
You'll see. Let's go. Okay. Where have all the good men gone? And where are all the gods? Where's the streetwise LGP to fight the rising odds?
I need a hero.
Isn't there a white knight upon a fiery steed? Late at night I toss and I turn and I dream of what I need.
It's good.
Wow.
Right? Good. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. He's got to be strong.
He's got to be fast. He's got to be bred for the fight.
Yeah, I can actually. I've got a visual of the tractors racing right now in my head.
I've got you know what I've got? I've got Tito on the fiery steed, just like riding in with thighs ablazing.
Do you know what visual immediately comes to mind from this song?
No.
And it's from my childhood. Shout out to anybody who feels the same way. Short Circuit 2.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
It is the
Johnny
montage
Five.
Where Johnny Five is chasing down the bad guys, and it's amazing. If you haven't seen Short Circuit,
how is this not an immediate Footloose reference for any of you?
No. Sorry, it's not.
That one.
It's
actually, what this song makes me think of, and this is very niche, but shout out to the LGBTQ community that'll get this. But this song makes me think of the iconic performance by Tandy Iman. Why am I not remembering her last name? Very famous drag queen. One, I think like Miss Gay USA.
Yeah.
Anyway, she literally jumped out of the ceiling of a building into
Right.
a
Into the
split.
split.
Into
And
a split.
landed in a split. I've seen it. It's with
Completely
the whips in the
iconic.
background, right? It's with the
Yes.
whoosh in the
Yes.
background. It's
Yes.
fantastic.
Like full on Wonder Woman just out of the ceiling of a building.
It's so great.
Like no
Literally, you
stunt
know, it
double,
just
no whatever.
like out of a drop ceiling, and it just
Dupree, I think
just
was her last
lands.
name.
I can't believe
Fantastic.
I
Dupree.
haven't seen that.
Hey,
It's so good.
speaking of the
You gotta
LGBTQ
see it.
community, we've got some exciting news. We were going to save this for the end of the pod, but this seems we are a big fan of segues on this show. If you haven't been able to
We
tell,
ride them
pick
around
that up
all the
by now.
time.
But we've got some exciting news with a new partner that is specifically focused on this community, and I'm going to let Amy talk a little bit about this, and then we'll chime in.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to have this new partner. You guys know that we talk a lot about our community and how important the community is, and especially not just with our sponsor Mason Mill and physical health, but we have a new sponsor, new partner, Modern Path, which is a therapy practice. They do focus on, folks that live and love outside of the box, but they also serve all identities, all genders, all relationships, all different kinds of people. They are a partner that offers telehealth therapy, as well as in-house therapy, geek therapy, all different kinds of services. And one of the things that I'm really excited about that they're doing is they are raising money to give access to affirming care to individuals that, you know, can't otherwise afford therapy. And so they're doing a fundraiser. We'll include a link to it at their practice. We're looking forward to hopefully having them out to a game at some point in the future to hang out with us, and just excited about, where this partnership can take us. And we're going to have a back page that they've built for us with some links to some information about different counselors and therapists that they have in their practice, some discounts for the listeners for certain sessions and things. And we hope to just grow that partnership throughout the year with them, and even potentially have maybe somebody from their practice on sometime to
Yes,
talk with
absolutely.
us. So
This is us walking our talk again. If you haven't listened to this pod a lot, we talk about mental health a lot because we have all gone through our various challenges. And it's important. So when this opportunity came to partner up with somebody that is focused on a community that deserves focus, right? We jumped at it, and we got to meet with them. Great people there, great office, great conversation we had with them, and we're really looking forward to, again, supporting something we believe in. We don't just take on any sponsor or anyone just to help us support the pod and buy new shirts and stickers and all those things. And no disrespect to anyone that's just taking any funds you can, and you got to support bigger operations. And we're not a huge operation, so we don't have a ton of overhead, right? But that was really important to us, and it will always remain important to us, no matter how big we get. Once we have 8 women hosting this show, it will still. You laugh, it's coming. We got an NWSL team coming. It's happening. So that's really important to us.
And I just want to say I'm thrilled to be part of
Yeah.
a holistic approach to your fandom, because
Right.
we don't just care about the team, we care about the community, and making sure everybody's taking care of themselves and whatever that
Correct.
looks like. Right. So your mental health is just as important as your physical health. And especially in, the current climate, there's no shame in struggling, and there's no shame in asking for help. And that is a message that we really want to continue to hammer home.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
this
I
is a
think-
practice that I've been a patient of for a few years. I can say firsthand, how much they care about the community. Nick, who founded the practice, founded it for very, specific reasons, trying to help people find care. But since then, with the expansion of more access to the community in general and more access to mental health, just want to emphasize that Modern Path can help anyone, any member of the
True.
community, not just the LGBTQ community.
Correct.
And so it's nice to have a partner that can offer to everybody, right? Not just one or the other. So,
Cool.
yeah, we're excited to have them on board, and I appreciate you guys coming out and meeting with
Yeah,
Nick
I
and
mean,
getting to know them.
being able to meet Nick and meet some of the other people that were kind of in the comings and goings, even at 8:00 at night, which was really nice. Is and something as we've all, it's what we find. You know, we started this podcast because of the love of this team and the love of the people that attend it. And I think that that's what we just keep coming back to, is that sense of community and what this pod may provide for some people, what the team, and whether it's wins, losses, draws, doesn't matter, is the sense of community that it provides for everyone. And when you're down and when you're up, having that community to rely on can be a lifesaver. And
Literally.
it's, yeah. So like Glenn said, we are, what did you say? Talking the walk? Is that, I don't
Walking
know.
the talk.
Walking
The talk. Okay, whatever. I'm not good with metaphors, it would seem. So this is something, you know, that's it just kept getting reiterated, is the sense of community, and it's a community for all, and that's a really big thing.
Yep.
So speaking of community, I'm hoping that we're going to start seeing some great energy. You know, the tailgate was at least lit and everybody had a great time this weekend until the match. And I mean, we could talk a little bit about the match. I think there were some positive things, like
there was a big old negative thing that I feel very compelled to speak about, and
sure, let's do it.
Y'all are just gonna have to bear with me.
No,
all right,
for one second.
we can
Sorry,
come back up. No, it's okay. Let's start.
No,
there.
we're gonna
end
do this now because it's sitting with me. It's been sitting with me. So I want to be abundantly clear that, you know, I have been in the middle of the thick of supporters basically since, I don't know, the end, you know, almost the end of 2017. Okay. And I yesterday had an experience that I've personally only ever had in the supporter section once. And that was a couple of people deciding to throw up the Puto chant at the end, you know, going toward the end of the first period. Not only did they throw it up, they were really rude to the people that asked them to stop. There were a lot of challenges in the game yesterday, but you know, y'all, if there is any doubt or question in your mind, and I understand because I speak Spanish, I do a lot of business in multiple countries in Latin America. I understand that there is a difference between the literal translation of that word across different dialects and versions of Spanish, Portuguese, and even French, right? But in a soccer stadium, there is only one context. Everybody knows what you mean,
right,
and kids don't need to hear that.
Here.
This isn't about censorship. This is about good manners.
Yeah.
And it's rude and it's offensive. And what are you teaching the kids in that section is okay.
Also, can we just take a minute and be respectful to each other? Like in general, if somebody tells you they're being offended and you should stop, like it's not worth it. And you're right, Jennifer. That's BS. They knew what they were doing.
Absolutely they did. And I'm appalled because we're going into the World Cup. Right. We are the birthplace of the civil rights movement. There is no place for this in our house.
Or any
house. Is not the face. No, or any house. But this is not the face that we, Atlanta, want to show to the world.
We're better than we're already facing, you know, we're trying to welcome the entire world here. We're already making
there's barriers.
Anyone who isn't freaking American feel unwelcome here in many ways. The last thing that we need to have that happen is with the sport that we know and love. And it's really just unacceptable in every language to degrade someone else when you're playing a game. It's absolutely unacceptable. There's no room for it. The Premier League takes a knee before every match because they have the no room for racism. It shouldn't have to take place. I don't like Vinicius Jr. I don't particularly care for him, but he does not deserve to have slurs thrown at him. No one deserves to have bottles thrown at them when we are playing a game. It is unacceptable in any language, in any form.
For anyone.
Don't do it. If you want to do that, stay home. We
I know
don't
the
want
team
you there.
sucks right
I
now, but can we
haven't
just
heard
try to
that
keep it
chant since
classy?
like
Like,
the
That's
initial
what it is.
Bobby
Let's
Yeah,
go out
Bad.
there and have
hadn't
fun.
either. And I hadn't either,
Yeah.
Glenn. I was so shocked. And I know it's the home
Yeah,
opener.
it's shocking.
And I know it was bigger stadium capacity. And, when that happens, we get a lot of tourists. But I mean, again, it has been so few and far between that we've had instances of it. I feel compelled to make sure that people understand that we're not talking about a nuance in translation.
Right.
Not in a soccer stadium.
Nope.
No, not at all.
There is no other context inside of a soccer stadium, and the whole wide world knows it. You should too.
Yep. Agreed. Be better.
Be better.
I don't know what else to say to that. It shouldn't happen anywhere, but least of all in Atlanta. Least of all what we've built, how we've built it and maintained it over the years. I'm talking about fan support and culture and community and all of that, not the team. We have no control over that. We have control over this. You have control over yourself. Be better. We are better than this collectively, and you're better than this as an individual. So if you are one of those that's doing that, be better. Be better. We want everybody there, and we want to create the best environment that we can, and that is on us. That is not on the team. The environment we're creating, that is on us collectively as a fan base and a community and people, and we can be better than that, and we can put on a better representation of this city that we know, like an accurate representation of what this city is all about. Agreed. I'm sorry you experienced that. Sucks. Thank you for talking about it. Thank you for calling out the bullshit and being real about it and concise and just asking for folks to do better for everybody.
And I know, everybody was frustrated. There were a lot of frustrated fans in and around where that was going on. Everybody that heard it around here that's a regular. Not everybody's. There's a group of people that are pretty much always in those spots. Everybody was just horrified.
Right.
Some people were equally horrified about what they saw on the pitch and sent us lovely notes to talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So,
fan takes.
Thank you once again to everybody that's still engaging with us, still trying to be constructive in their comments and not just spewing vitriol and hate and venting, even though we'll take that too. I understand. We usually have a good 10, 15-minute session before we hit record on this thing to get it all out, right? And some of that makes it into the intro of the pod sometimes. But anyhow, we got Nick Tuel and his new show, y'all. Check that out on Atlanta United FanTV's YouTube page and their podcast feed. It's really good. He says he finds himself really looking forward to Chucky, specifically next week. He's very happy with his performance. He was good. I'm not trying to denigrate the man. It is easy to shine when everything else around you is so dull. But look, he did the business, man. He did the business. He put 2 balls in the net, and he looks better. He looks the best of the 3 DPs. Appreciate Miggy hustling, but hustle ain't everything.
One Alexi Moranchuk is, in fact, the only reason that my song of the match day switched from Total Eclipse of the Heart to Holding Out for a Hero.
Fair enough.
Because I think he could
Bonnie
be that
Tyler
white
kick.
knight if we can get him some folks around him. Okay,
White is really,
that is
really
literally
that
the
is.
whole
I don't know that he would go for it because I hear he's really deep into hip hop.
I get it. We might have to
think,
we might have to
if I
give it a
remember
different,
right,
cadence, like a beat. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think
You
his
could rewrite that
favorite-
song as a rap.
I think his favorite artists, Lil Baby, Gunna, I believe, are his tops. Anyhow, Nick, you're not wrong. He's the best out there. It was not Muyumba, despite what some after the match radio comments out there feel like. I don't think it was Muyumba. But anyhow, I digress.
I cannot with Muyumba anymore.
No,
I just can't.
nobody can.
I
just
want
bad,
it to
dude.
work. I like his personality.
Sure.
I like what he does
the
on the
vibes.
ball sometimes.
Yeah.
He can be silky and he can have these connections, but he is a liability on the defensive end. He is not a 6. You can't play him there, and that's apparently where we stick him with this particular lineup of guys.
I don't think he's a number. I think he's a letter. He doesn't even really fit it. You know what I mean? Like
something. But I could not believe my
they
ears.
don't actually have numbers in the alphabet noodles for soup.
I couldn't believe my ears when they were talking post game about him being one of the best players on the field. Like, I just can't
Did we
overlook.
watch? Wait, because I didn't hear all the post game. Did we watch the same match?
I
No,
literally
we're
was.
never all
Do
watching
you
the
hear my
same match.
voice, Jen? My voice is like this because I was yelling at the radio on my way home. Literally those words. Were we watching the same game?
No,
Because
that
Yeah.
must have been some other Moyamba.
I was only screaming at Latte the entire
Oh
game,
my
so
gosh.
I didn't have voice enough left to scream
we got
at
some
Moyamba.
comments on him as well, and I had my own thoughts.
I know.
Moving on here, Tom Schreck. Hope I wasn't the only one to notice that when the players came out, they played "Will You Love Me Again." Oh boy.
no, they
No,
did
I'm
not. Did
sorry.
I miss that? I was
Apparently.
I didn't
ready
hear
to go,
that.
y'all. So I was gone.
I just want to take a moment to shout out the great Steve Craig
Okay.
of 99X House of Retro Pleasure. Basically kind of the soundtrack of my entire misspent youth was probably facilitated in some large part by Steve Craig. He was the in-arena announcer for the Thrashers back in the day, and he's been the in-arena announcer for us since day one. It's kind of hard to hear because the acoustics in the Bends are horrible. His song choice is always on point, and he is always throwing positive vibes and digs at other teams in very subtle musical ways, which is really awesome. It's a privilege to have him. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for all you do, man.
There's a positive. And hey, we got another positive from Pat King.
Oh,
Grass looked great.
yeah.
Grass looks fantastic.
It does look
The
good,
grass
doesn't it?
looked great, as did
It's so
the
shiny.
sidelines. Like if you're a few rows back in some, you can actually see both corners now, which is pretty cool.
Cool.
I did notice that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Next up is Greg Jackson. This one is a bit lengthy, but I think it's worth talking about. So
Agreed.
I think this is in response to one of the takes that was out there about the front office not coming to terms with this truly being a bad team, and it has been bad for a long time. Anyhow, I think they know it's a bad team, or at least not a contender. Not all teams who make the playoffs are serious contenders. They're just good enough to make the playoffs. But they wouldn't have had so much turnover since last summer if they didn't know where they were a year ago. I think it's clear that Tata didn't have a lot of say on at least the moves from last summer, clearly. And Tata isn't leaning on many of those guys. But to that, we have guys that Tata asked for that just aren't working either. So everyone needs to work on figuring out who the actual best 11 is.
I think that is the best question anybody in the universe has asked that I've heard, like actually stated. Like, who is the best 11? I'm not going to be able to tell you who because I still don't know half these guys' names.
I don't think that
was
we've
about to
settled
say
it
that.
yet. I don't think that Tata has settled it yet because they keep bringing in other players, which I have to say, I did like New Midfield Spaghetti's debut when he came on.
I might actually learn
impact.
Galarza's name.
Yeah. Mateus.
Gotta wait when I'm
Galars.
not drinking to say stuff.
Well, when he came on, I was like, "Oh, it's that guy."
Yeah.
Dude, he's so butch.
Just
it's
saying.
awesome.
That's all I said. I went, "Oh, look, Lily, it's the guy."
He
Because
is
that's all I
Butch.
had. That's all I had.
Big and burly and beefy and butch, and my God, are we like at such a loss for that?
We
Like
are.
it's horrible.
Yeah, we need like the Eric Rometti Pitbull style.
Still need that.
Yes,
Like,
he came on and did the whole
Jack.
Schmetty.
Still need
Rometti,
that.
get
Yeah,
your
still
involved,
need that.
you know,
Rometti, I know.
The play and the tempo of the match visibly changed when he was subbed on.
Yeah.
Hey, spreadsheet jockey's got thoughts on Baracle. Gotta
Yeah,
go. Hoyos,
I'm
gotta
gonna-
go. Moyamba, gotta go.
Yeah.
And he submitted a track.
Bring me stained glassed, like
maybe.
whatever. I'll
Yeah.
take him till he breaks.
Spreadsheet's
Like-
got
I'm gonna weigh in on his because
Okay.
this is one of the particular gentlemen that I wanted to give a little extra shout out tonight because he did reach out to me at the very last second when I
Did you
was
see
trying
the
to
track
find
he submitted
a
it
ticket.
as well?
No, hold on, and I know I'm getting to that.
Okay.
He was trying to help me out and get the bird into the match, kind of at the very last second. So shout out to
For those of you who
to
don't know,
Spreadsheet Jockey.
the
I do
bird she
appreciate
is
that.
referring to is her daughter Sparrow.
Oh
She
yes,
goes by the bird.
the cat and the bird.
Cat and the bird.
But I'm going to say he's got my kudos even further because one of my all-time top 5 bands is Garbage, and having only Happy When It Rains is another very almost perfectly poignant track for last night. Had we been able to even squeak out a draw, I would have said that would have been wholly appropriate. But that one's, pour your misery down on me.
That's a good
exactly.
And we're
It's
garbage.
perfect.
Like,
that's another really good lyric. It's just that singular lyric even is great. Yeah. So cheers to you, big guy. I appreciate that.
Okay, so next time you guys got to tell me the other songs that get submitted during the
no.
I'll put them in the notes.
I missed it. I'm sorry. That's my bad.
I still loved yours too, though. They're all great.
Yeah.
All right, wrapping up with.
By the way, I was very clear to a lot of the people on the train. I was almost saying it out loud on the way there. I said, the rain is going to hit at 10 o'clock. And I'm like showing the whole train.
Wait. Did you see who puked on the train? Because I heard somebody puked on the train.
No, I'm glad that wasn't mine. No, that did not happen to me. Thank goodness, because no. But we only got very, 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 very only at the beginning of the wet, and it was crazy because Lily and Sparrow and I are standing right at the top of the escalator in front of State Farm, and then it went boom, and it was like a deluge, and it was crazy. It was like somebody lit off a firecracker because there was this mad sprint of fans to the top of the escalator, and the cops had to hold everybody back because people were trying to not get drenched. It was like the most interesting thing I'd seen all night.
So normally we usually hang out after the match for a few post-match.
That didn't happen this time.
No. Beverages over at the Connexes in 17. Yeah. Everybody's always welcome. It's a thing. It wasn't raining when they got over there. And then apparently it turned into a disco in the Connex when the sky opened up and fell. Yeah. And Jeremiah took an awesome picture of it. It was pretty cool.
Hey, you can only ever get 100% wet.
Moving on.
What?
I'm trying to math that out.
That's not crass. That is a shout out to my wife's Uncle Jim. It was one of the Uncle Jim proverbs. It was just one of his things.
It's just like my default setting, I guess, is crass. All right, wrapping up with Travis Pegram. The front office needs to admit that Latte Lot is wrong for the team. Sell for a loss and retry. Marinchuk with 2 goals, but contributed little.
Yep. That's what I kind of felt like. He got the goals, but what else?
One of them he was positionally correct on and got a great feed, a great ball in. The second was he feels poor and very lucky to sneak through. Yeah, maybe. Mm-hmm. And Almiron looked good this game, but awful last. I'm going to take a little issue with that, just a tiny bit. I don't know if it's so much good as just like energetic. That's maybe. Yeah, he's energetic, but not.
He is.
Lacking technical ability and finesse.
Yeah.
But I get it. I get that you guys are saying Alexi didn't do much else, okay? But
I'm not. I actually think Alexi did more than Miggy. What?
That's what I think too. Yeah. Here's the other thing. I know, crazy. Is that you have to watch where the ball goes, not who's there with Alexi. And
I agree.
Case in point, there's a play where he puts an absolutely beautiful pass right to the back post. I've seen him do it 150 times. We got rid of Brooks Lennon for doing the same fucking post to nowhere that apparently you still have nobody who can play the back post except, ironically, Alexi, who plays the back post and gets a goal out of it off of Blondie.
If only they had some counseling or some sort of directional assistance to find the best homes in the general neighborhood of the back post area.
Something like, seriously, can we get a flyer for somebody who wants to occupy the back post? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's the fucking cross. Yeah, the cross to nowhere, the cross to no one. Somebody get in the box. Just be there. Isn't that Latte's fucking job?
Can I take a moment?
Watch highlight film. Okay, seriously. Just
I want to highlight.
Watch a highlight. And you count how many are us hitting the back freaking post, including Franco Escobar in the MLS Cup and Yamil Assad in the very first freaking goal we ever had, and 100 others. And what have we not been doing for the last, I swear to God, 5 years? Crashing the back post. And I'm as ready for that as I am for the long throw in and the short corners that could go somewhere instead of to nowhere. Just bring them all out. Okay, sorry. Thank you guys. I feel better now.
Jennifer, you tried.
You feel better
You
now?
tried
Yes,
so
I feel
hard to
better
get
now.
on that segue, and Amy came in and just bulldozed you off that fucking thing. She even mentioned homes and houses, and somehow nobody picked up on that. Nobody except me.
Listen,
You're
please,
right. And with
Glenn, please
like
sell
it's
me a
nothing.
house near the back post. Please. Like,
Look, if that's one of your key priorities, if that's your non-negotiable, you gotta live near the back post. I will do the best to find you a home near the back post. You know, I'm not sure if it's gonna have
can
3
we get
bedrooms,
pizza
2 baths,
delivered
like
there?
everything else you
Sold.
want, but it'll be near the back post if that's what you're looking for. Oh, we kid, but yeah, that's me at Maximum One. So if you are in the market and you're looking for a home, or you're trying to sell the one you currently have, or if you're just curious about options you have, right, on either side, buying or selling, and you want to have some expert help along the way, I can help you reach your goal better than this team can. That's for sure. I can get the goals better than United can. That's saying something, but anyhow, you can reach out to me. You can just comment on the pod if you'd like, and you can also email me at glennpison@pisonproperties.com, and you can also just call or text me, 843-754-2939. And shout out to my brokerage at Maximum One for sponsoring us and supporting the pod and supporting me too, and training me up and making me a better realtor. I really appreciate it, and I'm enjoying being it. It's really rewarding, helping people out, helping people solve problems, and bringing people a little bit of joy. Also, something this team knows nothing about. Anyhow, I digress. Moving on to our own takes. That segue was amazing. The failed segue. That's going to go down in history. That's the most vroom thing I've ever. Okay. Anyhow, so we've kind of hit on everything, so I'll just go through them. If there's anything you guys want to expand on, we can. But look, was this a better performance? Sure. We did a lot of things better. We did in the attacking phase. The problem is what we saw was about as good as it's going to get. This is what they're capable of producing. This is maximum, in my opinion. A few better moments, mostly stemming from individual effort when it really mattered. Like the goals and the good moments came from like someone just working hard or a little bit of luck, combination of both. And then, next week, what's it going to be? This week we had defensive problems, so we'll shore those up. And then next week there'll be no attack. This is what we do. We cannot solve all the problems at once. We never have been able to since 2019.
I think the biggest thing for me in all of this is just and Mark pointed this out yesterday too in our little dinner club group chat. This team has no chemistry. This team has negative chemistry. Like I watched the first 2 goals in the first half where the guys were so visibly upset, especially by that first goal, and they were just screaming at each other. Like I could make out the appropriate curse words in Spanish, like lip reading from where I was, which is really damaging and not helpful. And I'm not I don't know what else to do with it because I don't know how you fix that. And I don't know if Tata can fix that.
I am still trying to just hold out some hope that we've not settled, we've not coalesced yet into the recipe of whatever Tata is cooking up here, right? So going back to
And
like
again,
last season,
I
I think
also want to look. I understand we're 3 matches into the season. Normally, they don't start doing this to me until mid-April, so I guess maybe I'm just not mentally prepared to be this bad so soon. But yeah, it's just really disturbing,
Yeah.
and I don't see a fix for it with the personnel that we have.
We're
I
definitely not done cooking, and we're going to have to go back to the grocery store. Straight up.
yeah, because I'm
I think
sorry,
we
I
need to
just
throw
I
out all the
can't get
bad
over.
vegetables though first.
I
Toss those
cannot.
out. Yep.
Literally, my voice is shot like this, y'all, because of that first goal. Because I don't even know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes before this transpires is the play where the RSL kid practically tries to like clothesline Miggy in the ankles or whatever is and he doesn't succeed. Miggy gets away. They play advantage. He gets a yellow card, but you can
Yeah.
see the effort. He's literally trying to drag him down because he knows that that's a professional foul. That's what he needs to do. That's what you got to do. And instead, what we see on that first goal is Tristan Muyumba attempting to body check a guy. I guess that's what you'd call that. I'm unclear because he barely grazed him. And then the thing that really killed me was not that he wasn't successful, okay? Because I recognize that Muyumba is like 5'4" and you're going against a bigger guy and you're not always going to be able to body somebody off the ball. But what really just galled me was that afterwards, he didn't even run to try to catch up with the guy.
No,
He
not at
barely
all.
moved. He
Oh,
barely moved. He attempted
God.
to nudge him and then barely moved.
In that same vein, John and Abe were talking about something really interesting at the beginning of the post game show, where they mentioned that the difference in Tristan's soccer IQ and the IQ of the 18-year-old that tried to pants Miggy, took a yellow card and got fouled for it, which is exactly what turnover Tristan should have done in the same situation. And Tristan has 10 years on that kid.
And we would have had, they would have had a free kick and he would have had a yellow card in their own half and we would have reset instead of a one-on-one against the keeper. If I'm the back line, I'm freaking cursing in every language I know right there too, right at Tristan.
And you have to take the cynical foul. It's defending 101. But he doesn't see that. He doesn't seem to see that far ahead. He doesn't know that that's what's going to happen. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing. He doesn't know that that's what's going to happen if he doesn't take that guy out. And like you said, then there's no hustle. Then he just let him go.
No, my point's it's slightly more nuanced. I'm saying the problem is that Tristan is not a defensive mid. He's playing out of position. He should be higher up the pitch. Otherwise, he's a defensive liability.
Sure.
And so that's why I can only conclude that we have not coalesced around what our final recipe is going to be, because I refuse to believe that our best option for that position is Tristan Muyumba.
But there is and I don't disagree with any of that, but there is a certain degree of like, I don't know. So can Tristan stand up for himself and say, I'm not comfortable playing this position?
No. And I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I feel like the decision was made to put him in. And we talked about this on Nick's podcast. The decision was made to put him in because the offense was 2 matches in completely stagnant.
Yes.
And Tristan does bring a little bit more creativity offensively. If I had to make a logical guess as to why, that's why. They felt like, okay, we can sacrifice a little bit of defensive liability, but hopefully put on a show for the home opener and score enough goal. We're back to the original Tata mentality of we're going to win matches 4-3, 5-2, whatever. That's Tata's mentality and the way he's set this team up in the past. I could totally see him making that choice for the same reasons here and thinking the defense would, hold the fort just enough.
And I think you're right there, Jen. And I mean, look, we've seen our teams under Tata go on stretches of losses, So this isn't necessarily new.
No, it's
either
true. There. We have. It's just tough right now because we're coming off the worst season and now we're starting our worst in history. So, another big problem with us is we're just really susceptible to an opponent's press. Like, we actually started playing out of it a little bit, like after the first 5 minutes. So that was good to see because up until now, like, we just look so uncomfortable. We get a little bit of press and we're just like, I don't know what to do. Why are they on our half of the field? This isn't fair. I'm like, guys, gotta play out of this shit. So we started doing that, but our midfield's still a mess. Muyumba, part of that, like not everything. And it's a perfect place to launch a counterattack or just straight up attack. And teams already know it. They already know it.
In order to actually mount an attack,
you have to have a fucking idea of how to do that, right?
No. You don't even have to have an idea of it. You have to actually be able to pass the ball.
Well, on our side, yeah. I'm talking about opponents.
I know.
We make it really easy for them. So
I saw no inkling of creativity. There is other than Miggy, there is not one single person. Sure. And I'm starting to think that it's not going to take one person. It's not like we're not going to say, oh, we need like that one game changer. We need that one driving force in the attacking midfield that can just the one that's the creative one. I'm starting to really think that it's actually going to take 4 people. It is going to take at least basically the entire attack. If it's 2 people up front and 3 attacking mids, I don't know, but it's all 5 of them are going to have to be creative at the same time because one guy's not going to do it. It's not. It doesn't exist in the current
I think that's why I
for
keep
what we
coming
have.
back to, if I'm going to look for a silver lining, okay, like let's just like
Please.
try to be positive, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the first 20-ish minutes, we were seeing some connections, we were seeing some passes, we were seeing some advanced ball movement. I
Mm-hmm.
actually think that if Tristan does the professional foul, takes that guy down, we maybe go longer before we give up that first goal. I still think
Yeah.
RSL ultimately beats us.
Mm-hmm.
They're a quality team, and we have
Yeah.
had 3 quality opponents, okay, guys? It's not like we're playing
It's
a
true.
bunch
For
of
where we're at
scrubs to
right now,
start the
you're right.
season,
You're right.
okay?
You're right.
So let's not, let's not equate this to saying we're going to lose to every team in the
Okay.
league,
No,
right?
that's fair. I
So,
appreciate.
I'm just going to say I saw some things. I think we got demoralized by another individual mistake, which is
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate. But what I think I'm seeing is that we just got a little bit of a glimpse of what the full midfield might be when I think Galarza came on.
And we
And I
still need Jay
don't
Fortune back as well. We still need him
yes.
back.
And
So
I think that if you can get him, maybe
okay.
Galarza and
Okay.
Alexi, you could get some creativity and some midfield control
Right.
going on
And that's
because
4
Jay
people.
can play that 6.
And that's
Um,
4 people. So that's exactly what I'm talking
Look,
about. You're
I
starting to
appreciate the
create that.
optimism, man. I
Mm-hmm.
I do, and you're not wrong. This is not sunshine pumping. That's objective. Like that's totally
It's
fair.
objective reasoning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Which we don't do a whole lot of here, but
No,
hey,
but we
fucking
well,
try
we
something new.
try.
There we
That's
go.
part of the point of this
All
is that
right,
we
number
try,
3.
but our emotions are just so high all the time because we just want to see good football and we just want to have fun.
Well, now that
It's
Amy
just
was trying to
been so
bring us up,
long.
let me bring us back down. Latte lot. We're not going to
Gotta
talk about
go,
him every
man.
match, but as
God.
you know, he's got 2 types of shots, right? Off target and directly at the keeper. He was better. He was better. He had an assist. A few good moments in the build-up. Shout out
Okay.
that. Recognize it. Sure. Thank you. But we're past the point of being satisfied with like incremental improvements because unfortunately, he is the guy that we need high double digits goals and assists from if we're going to be successful. We need the other things as well. But without that, even if we do the other things well, we will not be successful. Full stop. And he's
Yeah.
shown no signs of getting to that level. Thank you for being a little bit better today. We're past that. Like the foot has to be on the gas with him now.
Yeah.
and I do
Start Togashi.
appreciate that he dumped the ball off, and thank God Alexi did use his right foot and managed to squick it into the net. Okay.
True.
Which I saw Alexi use his right foot a couple of times. Miggy even took a shot, I think, or a cross or something on his right foot, guys. Like
Hey,
seriously,
shout out right feet.
I'm just saying, I saw
right,
2
Cody.
right feet from both those guys in at least once during
She's
the
been
match.
looking for the right foot for so long. She talks about it every week.
So I don't want to. I obviously have feelings about Latte Lot.
Sure. We all do.
The thing that I got from, and I guess maybe I just didn't pay attention enough last season because I didn't really notice this watching him play, but this season it just seems like he and the ball are opposing magnets.
Yeah. They're both
And
south
the ball,
poles.
he's like pushing himself away from where the ball might happen to be or where the ball might be going. He is never there, and even because like Miggy laid up a really good opportunity that he just didn't have the legs to get to. That would have been he had a couple of what should have been one-on-one keeper versus striker situations, but like he didn't have the horse to catch up to it. But I feel like outside of that, he's never anywhere near in the box where you'd think a striker might hang out to maybe get a ball and try to get an opportunity on net.
His
100%.
positional instincts with this team, if he has them, right, are it's just not working with this
No.
team.
Not at
He's
all.
not ever in the spot that it seems
Nope.
like the other guys think he's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
last year we saw more. I mean, guys, I'm sorry. Hang on. I almost forgot about this entire moment, but this is perfect.
Okay.
He and Miggy literally into each other.
They
at one
ran
point
into
in the
each other.
match.
They
Play
collided.
the
Right.
Benny Hill music right there.
We've seen that before.
It was,
It was
we have.
They were just
but, like,
running around each other. It was so asinine.
But it's but that goes back to, okay, so who do I hang that on? Is it on I think we're going to lean towards Latte, but Miggy is also
I mean, it's both.
it's a lot of
So
energy, but
I will say, having now gotten to see full speed Miggy and Alexi on the pitch at the same time, I feel like they have a little like a twinge of chemistry dynamic
Okay.
that's starting to finally build, that is unlocking Miggy being more active and mobile. And for me, the issue with Miggy is he's just hanging on to the ball too long.
Yeah.
Mm.
Needs to
That's
keep
the
it
big
moving.
thing I'm seeing from Miggy. He's got to keep
Ball
it moving.
movement in general has to be faster.
Yeah, he's either got to take the shot, or he's got to center it or throw it into the net.
Yeah.
And maybe he's not doing that because he doesn't trust that Latte's going to be there, and he doesn't want to, just keep coughing the ball up,
because he's not,
and nobody else is filling that gap. But again, because I feel like Latte's just on an island.
See,
he's not going to be
and
there.
in his defense, they're not getting the ball
right.
to him either.
No, I think you're 100% right.
Yeah.
Miggy doesn't think he's going to be there because he's not ever there.
You're kind of talking about number 4, at least a little bit. We had the energy and the desire, at least it looked like, to attack, but we lacked the technical execution and the proficiency. And when you compare it to what RSL was able to do with their opportunities with a couple of fucking teenagers, it's just not good enough. Like, buzzing around and kicking the ball in the general right direction is not going to be good enough.
That's 8 and under bullcrap.
Yeah.
Like, literally, you just launch the ball in the general direction of the opposite goal and hope that something happens. And Hoyos was doing a lot of that. I was like, dude, you just launched it to nowhere. You launched it to 3 RSL players. That all you've done is now completely given over possession again.
Because
why?
There's just so many poorly weighted passes that weren't that difficult to make. We're not talking like beautifully threaded balls between a defender's legs, even though the assist was good on the first goal. That was very nice.
Good.
But like, throughout the game, it's just not good enough.
It's just not good enough.
It's funny to me that you guys are saying that, because like I was sitting here thinking, like, yes, we're kind of giving this away, right? The poor distribution. At the same time, it's not just poor distribution, which I'm sorry, I need Hoyos. I can't. I can't do it anymore. Okay.
Adios,
we
Hoyos.
we can't afford to have that coming from our keeper. And I'm not saying all those goals are on him, but his distribution has led to too many of these situations. But what bothers me is the slowness. Did you guys ever feel like we were just constantly building out of the back so slow? Like, there were times when I feel like Hoyos could have taken a minute.
I have. Not this match so much. The past 2, I thought it was, I hear you, and I have seen it, and it's been driving me crazy. I do think it was better this match. Jennifer, you agree, disagree?
What I was going to say is that I think I disagree, only because we could not get a build-up going, period.
Yeah.
And Hoyos had a couple of opportunities, I thought, to pitch deeper goal kicks to open people that he did not.
That's what I'm going for.
Okay.
That's what I'm
he
saying.
went straight over to the other center backs, which then caused their press to be able
and
to
you're seeing stuff down the field. You're seeing opportunities, and you're frustrated that he's not seeing
opportunities.
that.
I was in the front row of 102 yesterday. I saw open forward players, and he was just going side to side to the center backs to build out of the
Having
back.
not been at the stadium, and I'm only watching the broadcast feed, did you see said open forward players gesticulating wildly like, hey, bro?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
It might have been
Saba did once or twice, and I know Miggy did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Miggy did it a couple of times. Cooper Sanchez did it did it once.
And when Saba came on, Saba loves to he's always throwing his hand up. So
Okay.
So it's not just it's not just poor distribution, it's poor decision making in that distribution. It's not just doing it badly. It's making the wrong choices. And we're just not, we don't even know this guy. Like, he just showed up and all of a sudden he's the starter. I don't get it.
And to
the
that
seniority isn't helping.
to that same effect.
Yeah.
RSL won 54% of the ground duels, which I think was also a really key stat. A really key stat in this match. Because again, losing those one-on-one battles is something we have been seeing consistently, match to match. Is that okay? We just don't seem to have the positional awareness to muscle anybody off the ball and maintain steady possession for any length of time.
Is that coaching? Do you think? Is that coaching, or is that literally just our guys are not big enough and strong enough to do that, to boss the ball around?
I lean more
or
towards
are we
that.
kind of
I lean more
saying,
towards that.
or what I'm saying is, it being coached out of them that they're saying, "Hey, don't be so aggressive. Don't pick up unnecessary yellows. Don't risk turning the ball over." I don't think it
There's
is.
no
is
way
what
that's
I just
coaching.
don't think so. So we're just not big enough. We're just not doing it well enough.
I don't even know that I think it's that, and that's what bothers me, right?
Okay.
Is that I don't think this is coaching. I think that the evidence of that is the number of midfielders and defensive pieces and things that we continue to trickle in. The front office is very clearly what?
Bravery? Is it just not being brave?
Yes. I think
anti-bravery. Yeah.
I think that we have the same problem we had last year under a different coach. Okay.
True.
And that tells you that it's something about the personality of the team.
It's deeper.
And
it's deeper.
And I think that the reason why we're seeing so many new brought in is Tata has, I think, already decided, and we're probably going to see even more moves, obviously, in the summer, but that he doesn't have the pieces that he needs to play the way that he wants to play.
It's a really interesting stat, a really important one, to compare it to the team next door, the Hawks, right? If you're looking for a similar stat that's like kind of low key under the radar important, but vital to turning things around and start winning games, defensive rebounds. It is a stat that has like improved 3, 4, 5x for the Hawks in the last. They're on a 6-game heater right now. Defensive rebounds are way up. We made big changes. We got a little bit more size, and we're winning those battles. We're not winning in terms of like ground duels for soccer. We're not winning those battles, and you're missing out on that many opportunities. Same thing with defensive rebounds in basketball. And now the Hawks are winning.
Giving the ball away.
So
it's not just giving the ball away; it's letting them take it.
Correct. So
there's a difference between giving the ball away and letting them take it.
Yep.
There's a very, very big
letting them take it and gift wrapping it, putting a bow on it. Yeah. So number 5, I've kind of already mentioned in the fan takes, just about the front office, maybe not having that
reality check
moment. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it to me because of the fact we haven't made the big dramatic changes. In MLS, there's 4 things you can change to really dramatically change the team. And until we change the roster rules entirely and just say, here's your money, spend it, it's going to be your coach and 3 DPs. Well, we changed the coach. We didn't change any DPs. Sorry. We only changed 25% of the things you can change to really impact the team. So I'm not surprised by any of this. We're going to have to make 2 more changes, in my opinion. And that's
I think the front office needs to grow some cojones and just
sucks, man. It sucks.
Take the plunge.
But we're going to have to make some painful, really uncomfortable, maybe even unpopular decisions.
I mean, they haven't used a buyout yet.
We have 2.
We do, and I just don't know that they go ahead and I mean, I don't know.
I don't think they do.
Does it make sense to I don't know how you do that.
We're riding this train to the summer, y'all. You just
they're not going to do it because they're freaking.
We're on this train.
We're.
And again, I don't want to be all doom and gloom, even though I've been kind of the doomiest of gloomiest for a hot second.
And it's weird, by the way.
Yeah, I just no. I mean, like I said, I do feel like Alexi and Miggy are getting it together, and I do, which is there's hope there. There's hope there, and I feel like maybe now that this is the last of the boxes of spaghetti we're gonna buy for the midfield at this round of the grocery store.
Yep.
Maybe we'll settle into figuring out who our best middle 3 or 4 players are, since we are not raiding the cupboard for wingbacks anytime soon.
We are still adjusting.
I mean, I am not blowing sunshine or making excuses here, because there's none to be made, and it is what it is. But these
it also just takes time.
Yeah, I mean, but
I'm so
we
tired of
we keep
waiting.
saying that every year,
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
the
but
fan base is tired. We're all tired.
it
Like how many more seasons of do overs and 3 transfer windows can we all actually make it through?
I totally get that. I totally get that. And in May or whatever, we will be having a totally different conversation if we don't start seeing some points,
Oh,
right? Etching
Amy,
up
my
the
darling,
thing.
naive Amy, that is literally what I
Listen,
said last year.
I
Hey,
I said the
know.
exact same thing
I
last year.
know.
I just want to point
But
out that
I just
now it was Jennifer's turn. Apparently, everyone else to miss the segue. Adjusting? Nobody picked that up.
Ooh.
Nobody.
Ooh,
Really?
speaking of adjustments, do you know
Good.
what else you can do to make yourself feel better? Because I have to say, I'm really actually very excited, Glenn, about what you told me Mason Mill, our sponsor, is going
Yeah,
to be
it's cool. We got
doing.
some new news
You
out of
want to
Mason
get some
Mill.
adjustments?
Yeah.
Go hang out
So they
here.
have been our primary sponsor, our long time sponsor, for years and years. And Kat and myself have been going there even years prior to that. Almost 12 years I've been going to Mason Mill.
Something
So
like that.
chiropractic care, it's a vital part of your health. Good preventative maintenance. Take care of yourself before things go wrong. And if something is wrong right now, you should go now. You can give them a call, 404-321-0082. Speak with Dr. Cohen or Dr. Miner and get you set up with your appointment. And if you mention that the pod sent you, you're going to get a big discount on your first exam. You'll get x-rays included, your adjustment, and it's usually $250. It's only going to be $79. And then going forward, subsequent visits are $60. They have stopped taking insurance because of all the red tape and BS with it, but you can buy packages together and help bring down the cost even more. So something new that they are starting. This is incredible. Like, they are the most community focused, and if you can't tell, we're all about community. Whether that's with our new sponsor, Modern Pass, or with Mason Mill, or with my brokerage, Maximum One. Like, it's all focused on community and people first. So they're going to start out this new thing. They're still working on a name for it. I suggested Friday Fellowship sessions, but I think they're still taking name suggestions. So typically they close at 1 o'clock on Fridays. They are open Tuesday through Saturdays, and the Saturday hours are particularly clutch in the morning. If you have a 9 to 5 and you can't get there during the week, you can go on Saturdays. And they're really good about fitting your appointments in like last minute, or changing it at the last minute if you need to, adjusting to your schedule. They're great. That worked really well for Kat and I, back when I used
It's
to work
really
in
helped.
film
Yeah, it
and
really
stuff,
helps.
and changes all the time. So now
Yep.
on Fridays, they're going to start doing these. I don't know if they'll be weekly or bi-weekly, but these 2 to 3 hour community sessions where, come in, patient, not a patient, come in and play some board games, play some card games, chill, talk, commune, vent, talk about life, talk about sports, talk about whatever, and bond and get to know each other and support each other and make some new friends, build a new community that way. I just don't know of any other practice out there that's doing this in such an earnest, sincere, genuine, like, we feel compelled to do this kind of way that Dr. Cohen is doing. Check out his social. Check out Mason Mills' socials on. I think they're primarily on Insta and Facebook. I don't think they're on X. And check out the videos where Dr. Cohen talks about this, and you can just see it in his eyes, hear it in his voice, how important this is to him, and how he feels like I'm a part of this community. I owe something to this community. If I want this community to improve, if I want it to be better, I got to be part of that growth. I have to do too. I have to pitch in, and they are. So we'll keep you posted on that when it comes about and what the final shape of that is. But it's just something really cool, and if I can find the time, yeah, absolutely, I'm gonna go and play games and hang out and talk with people and just be there for each other. It's just dope. Like, nobody else is doing this. Nobody else is doing this, and that's why they're with us. Those are the type of people we look for to partner with. They fit right in, and it's cool, man. So anyhow, check them out for your chiropractic needs, and check that out too. And stay tuned to this show and look on their socials for updates on that. And they're doing a ton of other stuff throughout the year. They're always doing all sorts of different community-based events. They're great. We love them. So thank you to everybody at the practice. We love you guys. All right. I think we've made it.
I wanna end on a positive
Oh,
focus.
please.
No. I want to end on a positive focus because unfortunately, everybody in the stadium did not get to enjoy the absolute incredible work that was
Oh,
done by our TIFO committee.
yep.
And I need to get it out in public that what happened with that TIFO was in no way, shape, or form associated with anybody on the TIFO committee or anybody who did any exceedingly high quality work on that TIFO. It was beautiful. I hope the people that worked on it circulate some pictures of what it looked like
I've
completed.
seen
was
it.
great.
It's so cool.
It was
You
so
and
So
I
cool.
had the
cool.
privilege of working on it a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a big Terminator fan,
Gutted for the
so
people that
hell
put so
yeah.
many
Yeah,
numbers in.
and I mean, you may have seen the image that they projected on the Halo board. That is, in fact, what the actual TIFO looked like. It was gorgeous. It was beautifully executed. And the people that do the rigging are stadium ops people. They have nothing to do with the TIFO committee. Please, y'all, it's a lot of work, and they were gutted. Like they were crying. Like it was horrible. And in no way, shape, or form, and any reflection on them. And I'm not saying our TIFO game is the best in the league. We're not Portland, whatever. They gotta do a lot with a little in terms of resources.
But it was,
But this is one
but
instance
it's the
where
same
like they
amount of
really
love
just
and
yeah.
heart and
Yeah.
effort and time.
I feel I
Nobody's getting paid
my
for this.
positive focus on this is how gorgeous that TIFO and that TIFO actually is.
Yeah.
And I know it's not usually a thing, but it'd be cool to see them raise it up next week and if they can get it fixed.
Yep.
Because it was pretty baller.
Look, the positive thing is that we're going to know very quickly what we've got because we got a lot of matches coming up very quick in quick succession at the
Yes.
Bends. We're going to find out what we got one way or another,
Yep.
and hey, at least we can have another fun party next week. And
Absolutely.
let's get together and do it.
Unfortunately, I'm going to be missing that party again because Hawks
Oh
are.
my God,
Glenn,
I
killing
know
me,
Hawks are
Glenn.
playing. That,
Glenn,
I'm going to get
You know
there.
what you're going to be missing? You're going to be missing what I hope is going to be an inter SG pie eating contest.
Sorry to be missing that. Maybe
Because the
I'll
match
try
is
to.
on Pie
It's
Day.
Maybe I'll try to
Pie
sneak
Day,
out for the
y'all.
tailgate at
It's
least.
Pie Day.
Maybe I'll try to sneak out at least for the tailgate. No promises, but I'll try to sneak over.
Also, there's green Jello.
Well, go check out the tailgate, y'all. Obviously, and I will try to get over if I can. All
Awesome.
right. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching and for supporting us and FanTV and your communities, your supporters groups, yourselves, each other. We really appreciate it. Make sure you hit subscribe and like and share and all those buttons. Means a lot to us and helps us grow this pod. And that's not for really just for our benefit. Like we want to let people know about how important community is and the resources that are out there for you, physically and mentally. And it's really important to us. Anything else that we need to wrap up on? Or have I covered everything?
Wrap.
That's a wrap.
All right.
Well, there's nothing to talk about in terms of ice skating for at least another week and a half.
Nope, we're done. We're not
Don't
going
get
down
her
there.
started
Nope,
wrapping.
nope,
My
that's
head
it.
into the microphone.
Nope, that's it. All right, y'all. Thank you very much for listening. We will be back in 1 week's time. Until then, y'all be good. We will be back.
Meow.
Growling meow. United, you hear this? You brought out the growling cat.
Meow, meow,
Y'all
meow,
better
meow.
shape up.
Meow, 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 meow.